Page 25 at the Mishnah. So we learned at the beginning of the chapter in regards to the first lottery, Pais Rishon, we discussed the Trumat Adeshen, the ashes, and we said that whoever won that part, they make this lottery, he won also in the setting up Sidura Maracha, setting up everything, plus the other one is the two pieces of wood that he needs to do together. So in other words, that was the first piece. Now the second Mishnah is dealing with the second piece, the Seder Moed. Now we're dealing with the offering itself. In other words, there are different work involved with the Kohanim, with the priests. So the Seder Moed from the all four, Mi shochet, mi zorek, mi medashen mizbeach pnimi, umi medashen et hamnorah. So at the beginning it was a piasot, the lottery, and then it was a work. So they said that when it's time to a second lottery conducted daily among the Kohanim, so that lottery determined who slaughters the daily morning offering, who sprinkles the blood, who removes the ashes from the inner altar, who removes the ashes from and burn the wicks from the candle burn, and ומי מדשן את המנורה, מי מעלה איברים לקבר של המזבח, and who is bring the limbs of the daily offering up to the ram, to the burning altar. Good morning.
Morning.
So you see here that the second lottery is applied to many different avenues. So even a slaughtering of the sacred offering, it's okay to do it with a zar, with the foreign, but because it's the beginning of the offering, many Kohanim want it. So therefore they have to make a lottery. Whenever it's a heavy competition, you need to make a lottery. Now, the Rambam said, and the Meiri, the Ritva, that even this type of offering, it's okay, the process of slaughtering, it's okay to do with zar, with others. Lechatchila, as a point of the way that we prefer, it's preferable to do by Kohen, because, as we said, that they want it, so they make this type of competition. Now, the truth is that the daily offering, they slaughter it and they sprinkle the blood after they do the shona mizbeach, after they remove the ashes. But anyway, the dividedness of different work, in other words, the designation of different work for different Kohanim, since is the centerpiece of the work, they do it in advance. So they divided the work to two. The Kohanim that carried the limb of the daily offering, they take it and put it on the ram, on the half part of the ram down, and later the Gemara explained why they divided it in this type of way. Then the Mishnah dealing with the process. They said harosh ve'aregel, when they put the head of the korban and the leg, which is here it's applied to the right one, the back right one. So it's made by one Kohen. Ushte hayadayim, the two hands, made by the second one. The third one, ha'oketz, like the tail. Ve'haregel, which apply to the back leg, the left side. And the fourth Kohen, hechazeh. Ve'hagera, ushte adfanot. So the fourth Kohen does the chazeh, and then they neck ושתי הדפנות, שתי הדפנות is the two side of the animal, that's the fifth one, והקרביים, that's the intestine, good morning, that's in a sixth kohen, and the seventh one does the fine flour, the solid. The eighth one does the chavitim, the griddle cake offering, and the ninth one does the wine, and the wine for libation was carried by a 9 kohen. So it's go by the seder chashivut, by the importance. It's not so much the quality, it's the quantity, which means Rashi said the head, the right leg is it's the first one, and then you have the two hands, and then you have the tail and the left one, and then when you use the word chazeh in Gerah, Rashi said that that's the neck. And you see here the Kohen Gadol, for his part they make a lottery. Why? Because Kohen Gadol bringing minchat chavitim, and he is the owner of the offering. So basically, they can let Kohanim Ediotim, regular Kohanim, to do it. So therefore, you have a lottery, and you have 13 Kohanim that does that. It's 4 plus 9 is 13. That's the 13 that won this prize, this lottery. So he said, 13 Kohanim zachu bo, in the second lottery, prevailed in this lottery, and it's basically 9 Kohanim who carry the daily offering and its accompanying elements, and 4 who perform the act of slaughter, sprinkling, removing the ashes from the inner altar, and the candle burn. Amar. So basically, if you want to do to know the whole specification of that work, is a Mishnah in the Tractate Talmud, chapter 3 and 4, dealing with all the specification. Amar ben Azai lifnei Rabbi Akiva mishum Rabbi Yoshua, derech hilucho haya karev. So he said that the head first together with the leg, because that's the way the animal walk. So the way that walk when they're alive, it will offer. The Gemara explained, but why he does that. But the head and the leg is always first. Now, Gemara, Ibaya lehu, כשהם מפייסים לעבודה אחת מפייסים, או דילמה לכל עבודה ועבודה הן מפייסים. So when the Kohen performed the lottery, did he perform the lottery just one time, one service, like Mishochet, or you're going to tell me that they perform a separate lottery for each and every service? Tashma. Because if you go by the Mishnah itself, you see that there are 13 type of work that divided to different Kohanim. Tashma, come and see. Arba piasot hayu sham. It's 4 different lottery they made. Ve'isal kadatach lechol avodah hen mefaisin. If you tell me that they do that for each and every work, tuva havu, it's more than arba, more than 4. As we said, the Mishnah said 13. Amar Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak, Hachike Amar, פעמיים נכנסים, הרכם 4 פעמים נכנסים להפיס. There are 4 times they enter to do the lottery. ולכל חדה וחדה היו בה טובה פיסות. Each and every time they gathering individuals that made the lottery for many individual service, which means that they carry a lot of lotteries. Since you have so much competition, so you go by the lottery. 25b. So basically we understand that they have 4 times they made this lottery, and everyone can win more than 1 time, but it was separate. So the first one they have Trumat Hadeshen, and let's say half an hour later, whatever, they came back and they do the next lottery, etc., etc. Tashma, Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Lo haya pais lamachta. Rabbi Yehuda said, when the third lottery was held, there was no separate lottery held for carrying the coal pan. So the idea is that when you do the incense, you need to have 2 Kohanim. One that carry the incense to the sanctuary and put it, and the other one that remove the coal from the outer altar. So we learn from that text that the coal for the inner altar, it was taken every single day from the outer altar. Ela שכהן, אלא כהן שזכה בקטורת, אומר לזה שאימו זכה אימי במחתה. When you have the incense, you have the 2 coal, that it will come from the outer to the inner one. So the second one is sprinkled this incense to the coal, and he asked the other fellow to join him, which means the one who stand on his right side didn't have it right away. So he asked him to come and join me. Later we explain why. But Tosfot here, just as a side note, is a long one, but to give you the vignette of the Tosfot, he asked a question, well, how do you bring a proof from Rabbi Yehuda? Because, so he said that Rabbi Yehuda hold that the Kohen receive Zacha for the entire Ktoret, including the 2 types of Avodot. But in order to avoid conflicts, so he stand on the right side, but he won anyway. So he said that the sages disagree and hold that Zacha Mimela, that he won anyway. Anyway, Shane Machta, the Gemara said that carrying the coal pan, Uktoret, and burning the incense, it's different. Both of them are different. Why? The Chada Avodai, because together they are considered a single service, so that a single lottery determine the participants of the 2 tasks. Now, Ika de Amri, there are others who hold differently, and they said Davka Machta Uktoret. That applies specifically to the coal pan, burning the incense, and coal pan and burning the incense. Why? The Chada Avodai, because they're both considering one world. So Rabbi Yehuda did not speak about the third lottery, for the one that dealing with the incense. Aval Sh'ar Avodot, but however the other service, which are not interrelated in this manner, Ba'e Pais, require lottery for each and every separate task. So it means if Rabbi Yehuda had meant this is a general principle, so why we have this coal pan and incense? So you see that you need the lottery for each and every one of them. So the Gemara rejected it and said, Machta itzrichali. Machta, which means it's necessary to deal with the coal pan and burning of the incense. Why? So he said, it's a special chidush. They said, Salchada tachamina. You may think that all the other type of avodot, you don't vote separately to each and every one of them. Ho'il velo shchicha. Since the burning the incense is not common, because you burn the incense only twice a day, and the incense is not come as a voluntarily act. So they said, because the Torah tells us to do it twice a day. twice a day to have the incense, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. But one that they make the incense as a voluntarily act, it's considering an alien incense, and you cannot put it on the altar. The Torah said it in Shmot in Exodus 30. So they said, "Ume'atra natkin la pais bifnei atzma kamash menan holala." They said here, the incense, it creates, and that's a famous belief, that people who involved with that become rich. They said that it's a lot of rabbinic writing that the incense from different sources bringing wealth to people. So as a result, guess what? People compete over that. People, it was a lottery over who is in charge and who is doing that. So anyone who's involved somehow, directly or indirectly, with the Ketoret incense, not only the person who does that, but people who are involved with that became. So Rabbi Yehuda teaches us that even in regards to the incense, that it was a serious competition, it's enough to do it once. Who is the one who's going to get it, and putting the coral inside, the coral pen inside, you go always, you don't need the lottery, you just go by the one who stands on his right, and all the 13 type of work that divided in the second lottery, you don't do it separately, you just do it one time for all of them. Now, as a side note, you should know, it's written in many books. For example, the Chida said that saying the Ktoret, Sfaradim and Nusach Sfarad does that also for Mincha. We say it in the morning. The rabbi said that it's a Sgula le'ashirut. One wants to get wealthy, should say it every day. Should say it every day. I have my nephew, he's a scribe in Israel. So he sent me a very beautiful scroll, I have it over there, of the incense, that all the way
the
it
passages,
said,
yeah.
you see it, that it's written in a special handwritings. Can you bring it from?
And I should read? I'll get it.
Yes. So I get it from him not long ago, and the beauty of that is that if you say every single word and you count Hatzori, Hatzipor, and Achelbena, all these different.
So in the morning when we sing with prayer, that's one of the prayer you're supposed to say in one of the incense?
That's for the whole, thank you, for the whole incense. So he made for me this. Wow. And he have a very good writing. You see his writing? It's very nice. He is a very good scribe.
Is that the same one that did
No.
Ishudi for you at home?
Ish, no.
Okay.
That's somebody else.
Okay.
But this, if you see, is a high quality of writing.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's my nephew.
How old is he?
My nephew is now, what he is, I will say, late 20s, early 30s.
He's a sofer, right?
He's a sofer, yes.
Wow.
So the beauty of that is you say it in a manner that it's like written in the Torah, but you said every single word, and you count. Some rabbis said that you should count the Torah with your hands, and the rabbi said that it's sgula la'ashirut. It's like if someone wants to get wealthy, he should do that every day. Anyway, so you see, because of that, it was a competition. It was a lottery. So, Tashma, the Tane Rabbi Chia, that Rabbi Chia teaches, Lo lechol avoda va'avoda mefaisin. Not for every single work we count separately. Ela, Kohen shezacha betamid, the Kohen that won the slaughtering of the daily offering. So, that's the way we explain, just simply according to Rashi. Rabbi Ovadia Mebar Tenura hold differently, that the one who won the lottery, he sprinkled, and the one who next to him, he is doing the shechita. Anyway, so he said, Shnemasar echav hakohanim nimshachim imo. So it means that it was the one and then the one next to him. Shma mina. So then we learn from him, from here that one type of fork, they all take a vote. So in other words, you know that, by the way, the word pais is in the gematria kesef. It's a numerical value, someone said. But anyway, Tosfot said that not everyone deserves to be rich. So therefore, they do it in a certain way. Anyway, hapais hasheni, the second one, we said mi shochet mi zorek. The second lottery determines who slaughter, who sprinkle the blood, etc. So ibayalehu, we ask, mi mekabel, השוחט מקבל? דהי אמרת, זורק מקבל, אגב חביבותי, לא מקבל לכולי דם. So you ask a question, who is the one who collects the blood? Is the one who slaughtered the offering, who also collected? Who sprinkled the blood is the one who collects. But the problem is, because he's so enthusiastic over that, he may not collect all the blood. Or Dilma zorek mekabel, the one who sprinkled does that. Diamar chochet mekabel, if you tell me the one who received it does that. Zinin de chachit zar. Sometimes it happens that someone who's a non-priest slaughtered the offering. So because slaughtered the offering, we said several times that it's not a sacred service, so anyone can do it. So therefore, we need to know who does that. So we have to remember that for that point, it wasn't lottery. It wasn't a lottery for holacha, for carrying, for Kabbalah, for receiving. The one who sprinkled, zorek mekabel, the one who sprinkled, he received it. So it wasn't right to divide it between them. Now, what's the concern? Because he's so enthusiastic, he will be a little bit in the manners that he wants to do it quick, and therefore he will do it impetuously. He will not receive the blood properly, and he right away throw it on his right side, and it's a problem. I can give you just a practical example. In our days, we have the mohalim. So, Baruch Hashem, Ken Yirbu, we have certain areas that they have more than one mohel. And one of the wrong attitudes that, in a way, modern mohalim has is all the idea of magen. They do all kind of things that the problem is, people think that a good mohel is someone who does it quickly. And the attitude is, oh, the mother will not see, they not take that the baby cry, they do all kind of things to make it quick, etc. The truth is, it was several cases, I recall in Israel, several cases, that the rabbis asked the mohel to do it again, because he did not do a good job, he did not complete a good job. And the magen is sometimes a problem, the one that someone invented to put around. The key is that it's endangered the baby sometimes. So the point of all of that is they try to show quote-unquote professionalism by doing it quickly, etc., but it's not always right. I'm not speaking here about non-kosher moalim. You have it in this country. People, I saw it once, I was shocked. It was about 18 years ago when I came to this country, and I saw in someone that I worked together in the university, in a way I was forced to go to that brit, and they have a mohel who I wasn't clergy or participator, I just came as a fellow colleagues. So he put a little injection in a vein of the baby, which is totally not kosher, in his hand, and he did it a few minutes before the ceremony, and for sure, as an act of the local anesthesia, the baby will not cry.
Right.
And he was carrying the baby, and he said, "Look at this saint, how wonderful he behaved," etc. and it's not kosher.
Right.
But
So I'm not talking about that situation. I'm talking about good mohalim, but to do that in a way that they try to please people. They try to make it very, very quick, so you don't hear the baby cry much. Because let's face it, for the mother, it's not simple to hear the baby cry at that time, etc., etc. She went through all this procedure of, of the pregnancy and delivery. So, but the truth of the matter, in order to do it properly, he cannot run fast. It's not proper. So back to our subject. You see here that the guy who collected the blood, does that quickly, and he not collected. He's so enthusiastic, he didn't collect it properly. Tashma. So we bring a proof from another Braita. Ben Katin is name of one of the Kohanim. Asa shneim asar dad lakior. He made for the kior. He made for the 12 spigots for the large lever to replace the original 2 spouts that were there. כדי שיהיו 12 בכהנים העוסקים בתמיד מקדשים על ידיהם רגליהם בבת אחת. In order for his brethren, the Kohanim, that they should sanctify the hands and the legs in one time. So this applied to the 12 Kohanim we mentioned earlier, excluding the one who's shochet, who's slaughtered. Because as we said several times, the zar, non-priest, not Kohen, can do the shchita. So therefore, even Kohen that does the shchita, he doesn't need to do kiddush yadayim veraglayim to sanctify the hands and the feet. So he said, ve'isal kadatach shochet mekabel, if it's come to your mind. The one who slaughtered is one who's also collected the blood. Tleisar have, you have 13, because even the one who slaughtered doesn't need to have the sanctification of hand and legs, but he needs, in order to receive, to do that. That's what Rashi said. El alav shma mina. So therefore, you can derive from that zorek, the one who sprinkled the blood of the daily offering, mekabel shma mina. He's the one who received the blood after slaughtering. Amar le Rav Acha bre de Rava le Rav Ashi, af anana meitanina. We also learn in order of the daily offering. That's Tractate Tamid, page 30. Shachat hashochet vekibel hamekabel uva lo lizrok. We said the slaughtering of the offering slaughter, and the collector of the blood collected, and then comes the sprinkle the blood, shma mina. So we see here that we derive from this Mishnah that one who's zorek, who sprinkle, is also receiving. Amar ben Azai lifnei Rabbi Akiva. So remember, Ben Azai said at the end of the Mishnah that the way that the animal walk during the time that the animal is alive, the same manners you do the korban. So now we go to the dinei kdima, the way that we process, which is 5 different shitot, 5 different ways in the order of the Eivarim, of the limb. Tanu Rabbanan. Keitzad derech hilucho. Since we said that we go by the way that they walk, what's the way of the animal walk? Said harosh ve'aregel, the head and the right hind leg, so they are first. So hechazeh ve'hageira, they said that the breast and the neck, ushtei yadayim, the 2 front hand, ushtei dfanot, and the 2 flanks, ve'aoketz, and the tail, ve'aregel is the left hind leg. That's the last one. So this we have here, first opinion. Now Rabbi Yossi Omer, Rabbi Yossi said the second one. He said, some say Rabbi Yossi Aglili, derech hefsheto, the way that it was skinned, the taking off the skin from after slaughtering, haya karev. That's the way they offer it, which means keitzad derech hefsheto, which way it was skinned. Said number one, harosh ve'aregel, the head and the right leg first. Ha'oketz ve'aregel, the tail and the left leg together. Ushtei dfanot, then the two flanks. Ushtei hayadayim, the two forelegs. And only then echazeh ve'agera, then the breast and the neck. So you see here, they hanged that offering and they put it from both sides toward the head. Third opinion, Rabbi Akiva Omer, derech nitucho haya karev. Rabbi Akiva says it was offered according to the way it was cut up into limbs after the skinning. How? So he said, כיצד דרך ניתוחו הראש והרגל, the head and the leg of the right side, ושתי ידיים, two hands, החזה והגרה ושתי דפנות והעוקץ והרגל. In that sense, is in almost the same way, but he put each and every limb, and everyone stand there until they receive all of them. Fourth opinion, Rabbi Yossi Agdili Omer, derech iluyo, some said that Rabbi Yossi, not Rabbi Yossi Agdili, derech iluyo haya karev. He said that they bringing it, the sacrifice to the quality of the various sanction. So, keitzad derech iluyo, what's the animal brought up according to the quality of the piece? So they said, הראש והרגל, החזה והגרה ושתי הדפנות והעוקץ והרגל ושתי הידיים. So the head and the right leg, then the breast and the neck, the two flanks, the tail, the left leg, and the two forelegs. So Rabbi Yossi hold that they bring them according to their quality. So therefore, the dfanot is before the back, the left leg. So the Gemara said, it's written in the book of Yechezkel, in Ezekiel chapter 24, Kol netach tov yarech v'katef, every good piece, the thigh and the shoulder. So what do you derive from that? That the best cuts of the animals are this part. So why Rabbi Yossi said that they are offered first, that's what Rabbi Yochanan said. So they said, Ahi b'chusha. They're speaking about a lean sheep. So the thigh and the shoulder are indeed the best pieces. But regular one, that usually they bring the best quality, there are other parts of the higher quality. So you see here that it's dependent on the animals. Basically, they try to bring the best. But here, and specifically, it's a case of chusha, a lean one. Amar Rabba. So since we talk about the order, Bein Tanadidan uvein Rabbi Yossi batar iluya de visra azlina. So he said both of them go by the quality of the meat in the various pieces, because both of them hold that the better quality goes first. Usually what happens to people, when you have a meal and you have food you like more than the others, which food you like to eat first? The food that you like or the food that you don't? So it depends on the people. But when it's come to offer, you put first the pieces that it's a most like. Mar azil batar ivra de bisra, Mar azil batar shamna de bisra. One Tana, one sage go by the amount of the meat, and the other one go by the fattiness of the meat. So that's Rabbi Yossi, because according to Rabbi Yossi, any meat that is fat goes first. So So why we have leg, right leg, goes up on the altar together with the head? משום דרישא לפי שבעצמות, קרב הרגל בעדי. So you have the right leg that it's always first, because we see in many places in the Torah that the right is going first. But since in the head there are so many bone and it's a little meat, and it's not proper to bring it individually, so therefore you combine the leg, the offer together. So now we go in the stages. דכולי עלמא מיית ראש קרב ברישא מנהלן. So in any rate, everyone agrees that the head is sacrificed first. How do you derive this? דתניא, מניין לראש ופדר שגורמים לכל האיברים. From where is it derived that when sacrifice an animal, the head and the fat precedes all the other limbs? תלמוד לומר את ראשו ואת פדרו וערך. They said he should cut up the piece and its head and its fat, and the Kohen shall arrange them on the wood that is in the fire upon the altar. So ve'idach peder acharina. So what when we mention peder again, so we derive from that from the pasuk they said in Leviticus chapter 1, the pieces, the head and the fat. 26 lemai ata. So Rashi explained to us, let's face it, the head was taken much earlier, so we understand that he has to be separate. But the feather, the other part of the fat, it's parts of those netachim, of those parts. So what does it come to teach us? So why we specifically mention that? So lichdetanya. The reason is kitzad haya oseh. What exactly the Kohen who bring the head does? Noten et הפדר הבית השחיטה ומעלהו. He will place the fat right over the place of slaughter, which means on the cut neck, and bring it up that way. וזהו דרך כבוד של מעלה. That's the way, the most respectful way toward the Most High, which means that the bloody point of slaughter not exposed, so you don't see all the dirt involved. Rashi said that that's the reason why the peder, the fat, it's not mentioned neither in a Mishnah nor in a Braita, because it's considering a part of the head, because otherwise you cannot offer the head without the peder. הלכות מידים ומוספים, chapter 4. The second lottery in the temple was held in order to approaching the tasks of the morning service, which is slaughtering the daily morning burnt offering, sprinkling the blood, removing the ashes from the inner altar and candle burn, and bringing up the limbs of the animals along with its attendant meal offering and wine libation. All of that brought to the altar's camp. So you have altogether 13 Kohanim, won the privilege to serve based on this lottery, and the sequence of the actions we have it in the Mishnah. Now, הכהנים, אחיו הכהנים נמשכים עמו. When a Kohen wins the lottery, those Kohanim stands next to him are privileged with the other services associated with the lottery. So that's again a chidush we learn. Zorek umekabel. We said that the Kohen who wins the privilege of sprinkling the blood of daily offering also collect the blood and carry it to the altar where he sprinkle it. And we explained that that's sensitive because he needs to do it not too quickly, not too fast. The last halacha, נותן את הפדר, הבית השחיטה, that's Rambam, Sefer Avodah, הלכות, מעשה הקורבנות, chapter 6. When the head of the sacrificial animal is carried to the ram, it is held with its face up, and cover with the fat. So in other words, the peder, the fat, was part of the head.
Yetzahave